Hello, guys. How are you? How's everyone? This is Jocelyn Pimangnibin, a board certified behavior analyst and an international behavior analyst. I hope you are all in a safe place. All right. And I hope you got your questions with you. And I'm so happy that at least I still have one more platform to use for my live session, and I can't wait to hear your questions and to at least discuss about your challenges in your daily dealings with your children, especially if you're dealing with the autism, ADHD, ODD, OCD, or any other diagnosis that you're dealing with. Just give me a few seconds. I just need to move something from my background so it's easier for me and I don't get distracted. I think that's much better. Okay. Again, I think I already introduced myself, and I'm here in Abu Dhabi with my family, and I would like to reach out all our friends and the families there in the Philippines. Now it's evening there, so good evening, Philippines, and also here in Abu Dhabi it's afternoon, so good afternoon, and hi to all of our friends around the world, especially if you are attending to my usual FB or Facebook live session. Sadly, my Facebook has been compromised, so I needed to report it. And until now, I'm still having, I'm still waiting for the feedback of the Facebook support, and I hope they can manage to, or I can manage to retrieve it by their help. Okay, so we just move on from there. All right. So basically, if you're watching to this live session, you can ask questions regarding any children that you're dealing with, and probably about the behavior, about the skills in which the ABA or applied behavior analysis is dealing with. Okay. So what is applied behavior analysis again? It is a science that we are actually manipulating the environment to get or to find the variables that directly affect your child's behavior. Okay, and we are also training the children not just to have positive behaviors or to have appropriate behaviors, but also to train them how to acquire skills, especially social skills that are related in our daily living. Okay, so we have what we call formal assessment. Okay, and we are using, for me, I'm exposed to VD map. Sometimes some of the pointers I can do from the peak assessment, and then some of a false assessment. But the VB map has also like 170 milestones for the skills, and it has like 3 levels. And I believe that in this YouTube channel, I made some videos about autism, the real talk, like that. I will edit this live later and then put some description or some links that you can also check out. And I also made some functional, what are the functions of the behaviors, like that. So you can have the idea on what is ABA, okay? If this is the first time you're hearing it. If it's not, then it's very good for you, and you can at least have the idea and how the behavior works, okay? Since I'm always saying we have two kinds of behaviors, we have respondent and operant, in which respondent are not learned. Those are like gagging, startled. So there's a stimulus, or the first thing, or first changes in the behavior, change in the behavior, and then that reflex happens. Just like with the lightning or the thunder, or sometimes when you ate some spoiled food, you will gag. Okay, so that is a change, and then the reflex. Okay, it usually directly to it usually comes from the reflexes, and it's involuntary. But with the operant, those are the behaviors that are learned according to the consequence that we were exposed to. Okay, so for example, the clock in front of me, okay, I've been reinforced that whenever like I want to find a time, what is a time, I just need to look up and in that direction. So that is a behavior, and then I can be informed that that is a time. So in the history that I had, that I got the information from that wall, not in this wall and not on the side wall, but in this front wall. That means I am reinforced. So that is the history. So there's a situation of need of finding the time, and then there's a situation, the behavior of looking up or looking to this wall. Okay, and then the consequence is the clock gave me the time, or showed me the time, or it's there and I got the information. So basically that's how the behavior works. And how is it related to our daily lives, in especially when we are training kids? A lot of things, we are manipulating the environment according to the functions of the behavior. Okay, so we have four functions. We have tangibles if they want something. Okay, so for example, the parents is saying, my child is always shouting, screaming, or crying, if you want something. Then in that point, as a behavior analyst, if we finished all the assessment, because we need to finish all the assessment and then a functional or functional analysis or functional assessment, we can see, okay, yeah, if this is the function of the behavior who wants something, then before the behavior happens, we need to train the child, right? We need to train the child that is being proactive. So the antecedent or the situation, the scenario is, I want something, like the child wants something, or the child saw an item, okay, that he had the history before, that when he had that item, he was able to like to feel better, or he played with that and it was so fun. So that's why he likes that item again. So when he saw the item and then the behavior, since you, at the beginning you didn't train the child to speak, all right? So that means if the function is I want something, then you have to train your child to speak. Like I want blah, 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 or even the name of the item, or even looking at you as a sign of request if the child is non-vocal. Okay, so if the child is non-vocal, sometimes we need to just let the item near our eye go near our eye, and then when they look at us, or eyes, I should say, and when they look at us, then we say the name of the item as a form of request. So we're doing echoic, echoic, echoic. It might not, the child might not echo it right away, but at least you are being consistent with that. So give the item the moment he looks at you or the moment he requests to you. Okay, so those are the techniques, one of the techniques that we can use. Train the child, sorry, train the child to request if in your assessment that the child's functions of the behavior function of the behavior is requesting for tangible, okay, but if the child's crying starts when you gave some instructions or when you gave some demand, so that means that's escape. All right, so Usually, we're not letting the child escape, we're doing extinction. All right, extinction means we are withholding the reinforcement of the previously reinforced behavior. So, if, for example, if you're a teacher or if you're a mom and you gave a demand and then your child shouts at you and then you withdraw the demand, that means that shouting or screaming has been reinforced by removing the demand. So in this time, we are not removing the demand, but usually what I was suggesting to the parents who are asking about this, usually I suggest to just prompt your child to finish and help your child to finish. At least both of you are doing it, and then you can still reinforce your child by doing that. I mean, with the things that he likes around your house, or even the food, okay, because sometimes the food are also supplemental in that scenario. All right, so either you change the scenario, the antecedent, into you have the modification, like you can put first and then first you do this and then you can have that, so that the child will be motivated. Oh, that when I do this work that my mom has given me, I don't need to scream, but I'll just finish it, and then my mom will help me in some point, and then I can get something. All right, but just in case really really the escape behavior is really strong, or the escape function is really strong, in a sense like he doesn't want anything, he doesn't want to work for anything, but he just wants away from the demand. So usually we're training the child to ask for break. So we present the demand and then prompt the child to say break, or I want break, like that, and then you release the demand. So in the beginning, we are giving the break, 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 okay? But later on, we are shaping it into, oh, that's nice asking for a break, but we can do this quickly. So one step instruction and then release, okay? So that's how we train the children. A lot of techniques also about, so we have the tangibles, we finish the tangibles, and then we finish the what else, tangibles, escape, and then there's attention. Okay, so if the function of the behavior is attention, so that means your child is screaming or banging his head, and then you will give attention. And then if it's happening again, then that means your attention is clearly the reinforcement for that. So be careful with that. Lots of parents are missing this out. So I just need to emphasize that when it comes to attention, you need to be proactive, that before the child bangs his head, you have to give attention or find ways how to manage your environment so that you can reinforce your child, especially when the function is attention. And then when he bangs his head, do not directly comment on the behavior. Okay, so might as well just be neutral and then just pretend that you're getting something which is a little bit, or we could say, preferred item for your child. And then you're just pretending you're manipulating it in front of him. And then your child might come to you. And then that's the time you practice your child, excuse me, mommy. So there are some kids that can be trained with the vocal excuse me, or sometimes tapping. Okay, only the mom will say excuse me, and then that's the time you give attention, and then you practice what you want, and then this one, he has to request for the item that he wants. All right, so sometimes those are connected, like excuse me and then mommy, and then give the attention to your child, and then sometimes he wants something, but instead of him screaming, flopping like that, those negative behaviors, find the solution, or assess the situation, in which how can you manage to make your child's behavior appropriate instead of doing the inappropriate behavior, and you're reinforcing it. Okay, so of course, we are not perfect, and we really need to find ways how to manage the children. However, this science, the ABA, is really helpful for us to, we have individualized plans for for the children. So and all the plans are, all the techniques are based on the ABA principles, in which They're all evidence-based, okay? So you can even go to Journal of Applied Behavior Analysis and or lots of articles actually that really are the evidence for these principles and techniques, okay? So if the function of the behavior is automatic, in which sometimes they are like flapping hands, jumping, or because when it's automatic, it's sensory. So that means they are producing it themselves. You cannot control them. Okay. However, in the scenario, for example, she's flapping in his hands, just redirect it usually, and we don't comment to the behavior. All right, we are not direct because we don't want to, like, probably it could be reinforced unintentionally by your attention. So just be very careful with that. All right. So I hope this video will reach all the parents from the Filipino autism uh, parents and also autism community in the Philippines. I hope you can find this video, and whoever are in need of my like this kind of discussion, just attend Monday to Thursday. So tomorrow I will have again around five, between 5 to 5:20 ish, like that. And then this another live session that we're gonna attend, and I hope you can catch up. And please, if you can leave a comment to this video, please do so. If you have some questions, and I really appreciate your support to my channel, and please continue to share all the videos that I made, and I will make um, loads of videos actually. I still owe you guys the toothbrush, the brushing of teeth, and then I have 3 videos to edit now because we went to Dubai Expo 2020, and I related some of the I have some intertwined ideas there in ABA as well. Okay, so I hope you got this video, and please don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and hit the like button, and share this to your friend. God bless you all.